We're live.
We're live?
Yeah.
All right.
You have to wait for people to come in because for some reason the other stream didn't pick up.
Well, this is a learning experience for all of us involved, so.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Hello!
Glad you're all here. Apologize, technical difficulties. This is a learning experience for us, so we're getting there. But I know everybody's got lots of questions, and we're ripping, raring, ready to start answering as soon as we start getting them.
All right, watching from Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Yeah! Good job! Northern Ireland! Hell yeah!
Can we get a hoorah?
Hoorah!
So this is a new adventure for us. We are the Sons of Appalachia. We are currently in the process of getting new episodes out right now. We are currently on the hunt. Before we go back out this evening, actually, we're wanting to take a little break and go live and talk to our fans. This isn't anything we've ever been able to do in the past, so this is something that we wanted to be able to share with you guys. As we are on this adventure, you're on this adventure with us together. So this is something that we will be doing more often. We'll get the kinks worked out. This is new. So.
Bear with us! It's hard to teach Appalachian hillbilly technology.
So let's discuss Mountain Monsters versus Sons of Appalachia. This is where we are.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So Mountain Monsters, the networks got purchased by other networks, and it was just one thing after another, which kind of led us to where we're at today. We've not been able to do Mountain Monsters for a few years now. It doesn't appear that we will be doing them again. I can't say that for certainty, but I can say for certain. Now, we're the Sons of Appalachia.
Yes, sir!
And you will get to join us on our new adventures.
We got a greetings from Italy.
Italy,
Do you all
cool!
still talk with the other two teammates?
I think Huck talked to Willie yesterday.
Yeah.
So, I haven't got to speak to any of them in a while, but to be fair, I kind of keep to myself for the most part anyway. So, but no, Huck talked to Willie yesterday. I'm not going to talk with him in a while.
I ain't talked to him in a
I
while.
ain't talked to Jeff in a while. But no, this project will be the three of us for the time being.
Right here.
And we're hoping that this will be a good experience for everybody involved.
Yes. A fun experience.
First hunt. What's your first hunt going to be?
We're actually already on the first hunt. Last night, things got pretty interesting. I can't go into too much detail as far as what we're after, but to be fair, we don't know exactly what it is we're after.
Right.
So last night I found this, and what is inside of the box is a mystery to us as well.
Yeah.
So we don't know what all's entailed with this. Honestly, there's a lot of different things in here. There's a reason we found it. There's a reason we was led to it, and we was led to it. We're just trying to cipher it out. There's plenty of things in there for us to try to get moving. We've already experienced some things that looks like in the direction of a cryptid woman. So we are not exactly sure what it is we're after yet, but we are on the hunt, and we're going back out tonight. I'm running off very minimal sleep. I woke these fine gentlemen up bright and early this morning.
Fine gentlemen, really? Really?
So took a little nap, going live with you all, and then we're going back out to the woods here in a little bit so we can try to further investigate what it is we are actually after to try and get a definitive answer.
We're gonna go monster chasing.
Carson has asked about 277 times about Spearfinger. Carson, this one's for you.
Carson, we are, the experience that we had, I'm not ruling Spearfinger out. It looks like that is definitely a possibility. I do know this is a cryptid woman, and it could very well be Spearfinger.
Yes.
Again, you know, these are answers that I could have, but this is new. You guys are going to be going along with us as we film these episodes. This is different than we've ever done. So you're going to see live, you know, updates of how our hunt and our investigation is going. Each investigation is always different. You never know when you're going to be after a Bigfoot, and you end up going after, you know, the Kentucky hellhound or a werewolf or you know, or the Spearfinger or a wild one. You don't know. I do know that in the short time that we've already been on the hunt, that it's definitely leading me to think that there's a possibility we could be going after Spearfinger.
Something about a glove story?
Gloves.
Is that Robbie? Oh boy. So, years ago, me and my friend Robbie, my mom asked us to go up to my farm and get hay for our horses. And it's the dead of winter, there's snow on it, it is freezing cold. Well, the whole way up there, Robbie's giving me a rough time because I didn't have no gloves. And we get up almost to my farm, it's an old gravel road out in the middle of nowhere. And I stopped the truck because right in the middle of the road is a pair of gloves. I'm like, what? Who leaves a pair of gloves? Like, I assumed it fell off somebody's.
New.
Right.
Brand new.
Yeah,
Brand new.
fell off somebody's four-wheeler, right? So I was all excited, I was giggling, and he's like, what are you laughing about? I jump out and I go over and I grab the gloves, and you know how sometimes you just take your gloves off like this, and
Yeah.
go inside out, right? And I'm giggling, I grab these gloves, I come over, I set one down my seat, and Robbie said, what you got? I said, I got gloves. I stuck my fingers down in there, and I rolled the glove back. It was covered in poop. Somebody had used those gloves in an emergency because they didn't have toilet paper, and they used their gloves to wipe their rear end with, and they threw them in the middle of the road. And I'm like, ah! And I rip them off real quick. Of course, everybody knows that I've got a solid, strong stomach when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
So I started puking everywhere. So we get to the farm, and I'm hanging my arm out the window the whole time, and I can barely just live with myself.
Did you take the glove off?
Yeah, I took the gloves
Why
off
would you hold your hand out?
because it was covered in poop.
Didn't it snow?
I'm getting there. I get up to the farm, and I can go to wash my hands. Water lines were frozen. No. So I'm out there doing the best I can, trying to wash my hands in snow with no soap or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I was awful, and I was embarrassed, and I told him, I was like, dude, listen, please don't tell anybody.
He did.
Well, this was when Facebook first started, like it was first time.
Tell everybody.
I was like, dude, don't tell anybody, please. We get back to the house, and I walk in, and my mom is just dying laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? She said, Robbie posted that on Facebook. Come on, dude. So, yeah, I had the old hand covered in poopy. It's a rough one.
So again, there's a lot of people that have just joined. Tell them where they will be able to watch the episodes when they are released.
The episodes will be able to be watched on YouTube, on the Sons of Appalachia channel, on this channel that we're on right now. I believe.
SOA.
So the SO18.com, you type in the SO18.com, it'll take you to a link that's got our YouTube, our TikTok, our Facebook. There'll be merchandise coming soon, but you will be able to watch the episodes on YouTube, the Sons of Appalachia, because that's these three ugly mugs here.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Sons of
Us three
Appalachia.
ugly mugs. You got it right, brother. We're it. Here you are. The finest.
Will there be a trailer for the new series?
Yes, there will be, which actually will be rolled out soon enough. We are currently filming. We're trying to keep the fans and keep everybody up to date as things happen. But yes, there will be a trailer. I don't know how this stuff works with YouTube and all this stuff, so it's a learning experience for us. Something you should know is this is something that we are doing completely on our own. Creepy People Management, they're our family, they're
Yes.
the best people in the world.
By sure. Great.
This is our family doing this on our own. We have no backing, no companies to sponsor us, we have nothing. But we want to get back on the hunt, and we want you guys to join us. So this is how we're doing it, and we're going to do it one way or the other. So anybody that, if you're watching this now, make sure you like and subscribe our page. Turn notifications on so you can see every update, because we're going to be trying to pull stuff out to you as we get it, as quick as we get it. But yes, you will be able to watch the Sons of Appalachia on YouTube.
And then just one more time, we got a lot of people still asking about Jeff and Willie.
Okay, so right now, Jeff and Willie, they have their own thing going, and the three of us, I'm not going to go too much into specific details because I'm just, that's not who we are. They are doing their own thing, and now we're doing ours. It's been a difficult ride for us, honestly. This is just, unfortunately, right now, this is just how it's going to be. But I mean, there's not a good way to answer those questions. But for the time being, this is what it's going to be. It's just the three of us. They're doing their thing, we're doing ours, and wish them nothing but the best of luck.
Good luck.
I really do. We've had a lot of wonderful years together. And I wish them nothing but the best. But this is, you're looking at the Sons of Appalachia, you're looking at our new channel, you're looking at our new show, and you'll be looking at new episodes.
Any updates going back after the Smoke Wolves?
The Smoke Wolves. So I've already been back in the Tiger Valley. I will say that. I've not got to spend an extended period of time there just yet. This was not our intention. Actually, we had full intentions. We've had several good Bigfoot encounters that we've been investigating that we're trying to hopefully get back into, but something occurred a few days back that kind of forced us to go back to the Tiger Valley.
Yes.
So that's where we're at.
Basically, we had to change horses in the middle of the stream.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's never fun.
No, you always get your feet wet.
Huckleberry, are you a deer hunter?
Well, hell yeah.
Whitetail is our favorite.
Deer hunting since I was 8 or 10 years old by myself.
Yep.
We all have.
Yep.
Will you guys be doing any live hunts?
Actually, yes, we've discussed that. This is a learning experience for us.
If you have
Once-
service, right? You don't
Yeah,
have service in
right.
a lot of these parts.
It is going to depend on location. Once we get our feet up and underneath of us and we start learning more about this, we have discussed hoping to do live hunts.
That'd be awesome.
And a lot of that is going to be area based. I mean, I hate to be in the middle of a live hunt and then it just drops off on y'all, especially if things are getting real interesting. But listen, we're in the Appalachian Mountains. We're in West Virginia. Just spend a little time and research our internet connection in the state of West Virginia. It's not that, I think we're the dead last in the country. So, and I'm just being real. So hopefully, yes, that's the goal, is to eventually do live hunts where you guys get to encounter things that we encounter at the same time we encounter them, to join us on these hunts.
Wild Bill, any cooking?
Oh, absolutely. I have cooking skills out the wazoo. Just tune in. I'm sure I'll be cooking a few rolls. Here, there. On the old lips.
Here we go. Time to lose weight.
What about the Woman of the Woods?
Woman of the Woods, she was a nasty.
Oh, she's a mean old thing. Yeah.
That's been years since we've dealt with the Woman of the Woods. The investigation that we're on right now could beast spear figure, it could be, I don't know, things still in the woods. That's what, location is really kind of throwing me on some things here with the investigation we're currently on. So, not completely ruling out going back after one of the woods. Definitely, it's always an option. It's always on the table. But as of right now, it's not in our immediate plans.
Let's go one by one. Huck, start with you. Your scariest moment out on the hunt.
I gotta say, when I found Buck in the cabin after the Cherokee death. Cause I didn't understand what was going on. The other one would be the Mothman.
Speaking of not knowing what's going on, my scariest moment was several years ago whenever I looked into the eyes of the Mothman. I passed out shortly after. And that was my scariest moment because I didn't know what was going on, what happened. But the scariest part is I opened my eyes and Huck's big beautiful lips were about to start CPR on me, and I'm like, no! You didn't check for a pulse. I didn't even blink twice for consent. Like, do not give me CPR.
Well, you caught me licking my lip.
Yeah.
I gotta get
I
him
felt like
good, get him
the dribble of
good
that
seal.
of that old beach nut coming down on my nose. I was like, no. Woke me right up though.
Bill, your scariest moment on the hunt.
I would say it would be when we was shooting them off, man, and me and Willie was on the bridge. Willie was hanging down there, had climbing gear on, and we was building a giant bug zapper. Well, I was on the very top of that bridge, and there was about a beam about 12 or 14 inches wide. And I'm walking there, and at the end of that is pitch dark black. I got a little old T-tiny light on my head, and that whole bridge started going shaking, and I seen two red eyes shaking like that. And that ground felt like it was an earthquake. And I'm going, oh, man, I didn't know where to go. I mean, I'm up right, grabbed the hoe, and coach on the no, I mean, that was scary. I'm 90 feet, about 80, 90 feet in the air, no climbing gear, and I'm standing on a beam about this wide. And it's pitch dark black. Yeah, that was a scary, I'd say.
I would say having tiny feet is probably the only thing that kept you on that beam.
Joe? Think it's funny, do you? Scaredy?
Do either of you have a favorite Appalachian legend?
Oh, my favorite Appalachian legend is Mothman. That's my favorite. I love all of them. I really do.
Yeah.
Lots of good, interesting. The Appalachian Mountains. People don't realize like the Appalachian Mountains are rooted in folklore that is absolutely shrouded by mystic creatures, and all of them are interesting. But my personal favorite is Mothman.
Huh?
I gotta go with some of the Bigfoot I've heard about down through the years, through the old timers.
Yeah.
Some of the things that they got into and some of the things they did. Pretty interesting listening to them old timers.
It is, and that's when you get to learn about creatures that not the whole world knows about.
Right, right.
Just the creatures you hear about in our own hills. You know what I mean?
Area here, yeah.
I'll probably go with, like you said, the Mothman. Yeah, Mothman. I'm like Huck said, you hear all kinds of legends and folklore about different things, and right here in the good old WVA we live in, Appalachian Mountains, but I'd say Mothman. Yes, by far.
What about Hogzilla?
Oh, Hogzilla!
Delicious.
That's delicious. Pork chop, sausage, gravy, bacon, ham. Oh, yeah. We put the whammies on that big dude. Oh, Hock and Hills. Yeah. Hogzilla. Yeah. When I was trucking down through double time, I was hollering, pork chop!
So are you going out on the hunt tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, you ain't kidding. We wouldn't miss it for the world.
But yeah, we are definitely going out tonight. Gonna wait for it to cool down a little bit before we, get back out there. But yeah, we're gonna be back out this evening.
Have you had any personal Bigfoot sightings?
Yes.
Yes,
Tell us
one.
about
It started when I was about 13, 14 years old, up on the farm where we live at. Me and my brother had an encounter with a Bigfoot. We know positive it was a Bigfoot even though we was kids. All we'd ever heard about was stories from the elders about the Bigfoot. But the minute we seen it, we realized what it was. We wasn't scared. It seemed like it didn't even want to, the feeling we got it was it didn't want to bother us. It was just like, hey, I'm just passing through. And I went to that's when I started talking to the elders and finding out a little more. And of course, we didn't have no libraries where I'm from, except for in the school. And then I went in the service and got in the world of books and learned a lot. And I've been going at it ever since.
I've had a handful of different Bigfoot encounters. My favorite one was my first one. That was definitely my first one. I was 9 years old, 10 years old, and I was turkey hunting, me and my pap, and could hear something down the creek bed below us, and sounded like two rocks just cracking together, like somebody clapping rocks, you know. Done turkey hunting, and Dad was ready to go back to the house, and I wanted to go down there and check that out, so I went down there and I found my first track. So what was interesting is the way that hill lays and where that creek is I was only probably 30, 40 yards from that Bigfoot, just the way it lays. It was right there. It was right there. That's definitely my favorite Bigfoot encounter.
We probably wasn't 25, 30 yards from ours, but like you said, down there.
Yeah, straight up and down.
I don't know where you can find that at in West Virginia.
I don't know, it's so flat.
it.
So flat, there's no mountains.
What about Dogman? Any
Dogman, I've had a lot of interesting, encounters brought to us about Dogman. And I think some people have Dogman encounters, and I wonder if it's Bigfoot. The way they describe their encounter makes me question if it is a Bigfoot that some of them see, but I do think that there is definitely a Dogman. I do. I've had some people bring some really compelling evidence to make me think so.
Different shows you and kids.
They had a dog man sighting up in Braxton County like last week.
It is?
Not that far.
Yeah.
No, I was just telling Bryce County too long ago.
Let's see. Got a bunch of highs. What other, you're based out of West Virginia. What other surrounding states have you hunted in? What?
Oh, we've been,
Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, where else?
we've Kentucky.
Kentucky, bunches of time, we got a bunch of time. Where else?
We've hunted up some in Ohio.
Ohio bunch, yeah. PA, Virginia, West Virginia.
But mainly just the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
Just up and down the Appalachian Mountains.
What happened to your cougar? Sure.
Cool. It's still hanging in the old closet. I swear out on special occasions when I'm stepping out with the young ladies. Yeah, I'm going to get some of them remade. That's a possibility right there, getting some of them printed up, man, slide them out there. Yeah, I'll be having them ladies may all be flocking the table. Yeah, that's an idea right there. Cool cat, wild bill. I think it's got a good ring to it.
My ears got a good ring to it from you yelling all the time.
What AR does Huck have? I've seen that question asked about 1,000 times.
My AR is a core.
Right.
It's the parts were made by Winchester and it was assembled by disabled vets in Florida.
And has suppressive fire.
It'll shoot a lot.
These questions are going so quick. I'm having trouble keeping up with them. What about the hellhound?
Oh, Kentucky Hellhound.
We run the guts out of them.
Have not, haven't really had many, reportings of sightings of that in a long time, really.
Yeah,
Went after it a couple times, good investigations, but we've not had any reports of that in a long time. Not saying it wouldn't be something we wouldn't go back after if it was, you know, active in an area that made it worth our time to go after it. But we like to go after hot leads, as my dad would say.
Yes, sir.
Things that are still in that area, but we haven't heard anything in a long time on that.
That was good. What's your favorite hunt time snack?
Hunt time snack.
Jerky. It's a scientific proof that Bigfoot likes jerky.
So how that started is because Bigfoot seen Bill seen Jack Link's jerky, and now he's obsessed thinking that Bigfoot eats jerky.
yeah.
Well, it's a proven scientific fact that Bigfoot likes jerky and bacon.
Feel that.
Everything on bacon. Really?
Pepperoni roll. West Virginia, you gotta have pepperoni roll.
I gotta go with pepperoni roll too. They're easy to carry and keep, and you can just keep on going.
What they made for coal miners in West Virginia.
Get a pepperoni roll and a handful of dry rice, buddy, you're set for the day.
Heartburn City, yeah.
Let's see. What about the Grassman, Ohio Grassman?
Ohio Grassman, we've actually talked about going back after him.
Man, he put the beat down on us.
We're actually, we've been in contact, with some people up in that area, some potential sightings.
Every county.
But, yeah, love the Ohio Grassman, even though he beat me to death a dozen times, but,
Trash Uncle Eagle is in.
yeah.
I mean, trash. Uncle Eagle was back on, fell off the old wagon over it, man.
Heartbroken, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, back at rehab again.
What, for anybody that may have signs of potential Bigfoot activity in their backyard, what advice can you offer them?
Well, it depends on what you're looking to do.
Yeah.
Are you trying to, get evidence of it? Are you trying to get rid of it? Are you, I mean, just depends. I mean, if I've got a Bigfoot in my backyard, I'm gonna set up trail cameras. I'm gonna try to put out, things that he would potentially eat, you know, fruits.
Give them gifts.
Yeah, gifts, and try to cast any tracks, cast all the tracks.
Picture.
Yeah, I would definitely be actively trying to, get great pictures of him. I'd have one trail camera set up for pictures and turn the other one on video.
Right.
That way you potentially get a video of him as well as you're getting pictures. I mean, a Bigfoot in the backyard's a dream, ain't it?
Yeah.
Man, that'd be awesome.
I mean, have one, I'll sit on the back door, drink coffee and get a picture.
Yeah.
You would end up taming a Bigfoot because you're of the same kind.
Well, you know what.
Yeah. I'd say Huck is a real close relative to Sasquatch. Wouldn't you do that? Huck, do you agree with me?
No, it's Buffalo Bill.
Oh, that's Buffalo.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill. He's jerk.
Yeah.
How did y'all feel when that damn bear beast charged you?
That was scary.
Poor
Actually,
bastard.
yeah, right. It wasn't real long after that, we all decided it was time for us to go change our underwear. It was,
You have a big old wild animal charging you full board. Have you for dinner.
What's fun, here's a little behind the scenes is, after that attack, we actually got stranded that night.
On an island,
On an island.
sub-zero at night.
It was, a mountain on one side and, listen, it's long hours, it's hard.
Some people need to take breaks when they work long hours.
The water was up so high when we waded across
Our
it.
camera guy is napping, that's what they're like.
He says it's been a long day.
Yeah, I still got a hunt later.
He's just mad because I called him in the middle of the night and said, come on, dude, let's go. I got something I can do with
We
it.
thought we was gonna get to go straight to a hotel and sleep. That call, hey, oh, there we go.
2 a.m. we're out.
Shoot. But anyway, yeah, we got stranded when we went after the bear because we ended up getting stranded that night. We had a high wall cliff behind us on a mountain and got completely surrounded by water. Thankfully, it didn't come up any higher than what it did, or else we'd have been gone. But there was no getting out.
And we about got a camera guy drowned.
Yeah.
And old brother Willie about got drowned.
Yeah.
That is no joke.
That was a rough one.
And we built a fire and poured down rain.
Yep.
Bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you say hippopotamus?
Hippopotamus.
Thank you. That was a question.
How
I
about
didn't
it?
ask. I didn't ask.
Well, good job, man. I'm not
You have been practicing.
You
yeah.
did.
I've been doing a lot of
That
more
just whipped off
there.
his tongue just like silk.
It did. It sounded pretty, Bill. Listen, guys. He struggled the first time he tried to say hippopotamus on camera, and ever since then he was self-conscious.
That's
and
right, yes.
I mean, one time I caught him in his truck looking at him in a mirror, going hippopotamus. Practice.
Well, I'm happy one day on the road, you can hear him, hippopotamus.
His favorite song now is "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas."
Yeah,
because he can sing it.
Have you heard anything out of the Rogue team?
So maybe, we've been off the hunt for a while, and kind of thought whenever Trapper passed away that the road team went away as well, because that's been the case. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we did hear from the road team. I'm not going to say we didn't. I will say something transpired that threw our plans in a loop to where we did not get to do the hunt that we was planning on doing. Everything changed. We had a lot of great Bigfoot stuff lined up, and then something was given to me. Don't know how I got it, and led us back to the Tiger Valley. So this is an active investigation that's going on that we're still learning about.
Me personally, I don't think they ever left. I think they kept an eye on us, they just didn't pay no attention, they wasn't so hard on us because we wasn't out.
I don't know.
Well, how about the
So when
one
we
time?
started back up, if we get started back up, we'll know in a short time.
Yeah.
Wild Bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Priscilla asked, any suggestions for something that her 7-year-old could help cook Wild Bill style, because you're his favorite team member.
Lee.
Oh, yeah, good job, brother.
What can that 7-year-old boy cook? Tell him, make him an egg sandwich.
Hey, yeah, bacon and leaves.
Hey, let me leave this down. I was cooking out there on Boo's camped out. I told what Brother Willie's been working on, and man, I was cooking, and I was proud of myself. I had a big old skillet of fried potatoes there, and some bacon, and some eggs, and I had some biscuits. Look, man, hey, brother, little brother, I'm just telling you, man, hey, just cook whatever you feel at ease doing, and enjoy it. And man, hey, you're awesome, dude. You guys is my favorite hero. Absolutely.
Give him a hoorah.
Hoorah, brother. You little guys is top number one.
So is this show, are you picking back up where Mountain Monsters left off, or is this a new?
This is, as of right now, this was the original plan, because we've been planning on filming for a while. We've been planning, we've been gathering information, we've been talking with people, again, about local Bigfoot sightings. We didn't really have any intention of picking up where Mountain Monsters took off. However, I'm not going to say that it's not going to, I'm not going to say that it's not going to. I mean, I had no intentions. We wasn't even going to the Tiger Valley. We was actually going after a Bigfoot local to mine in Huckleberry's area. But yet, something happened that made me go back to Tiger Valley. So now, we've got to check it out. I can't just not, this box is a box full of mystery. I want to know what's going on.
A real buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Would you ever consider coming to Shenandoah Valley looking for cryptids?
Yes. Yeah,
And
we
plus,
would consider that.
We'll go anywhere.
yeah,
Well,
we can
anywhere that you can drive, I will fly.
Yeah, some of us don't fly.
So if, let's say that you were to go, say flying, you didn't have to fly, so you could teleport there. If you could go to any foreign country to look for a cryptid or a local legend, where do you think you'd go?
Oh.
Philippines, I love it.
Cryptids, Bill, for
Oh,
cryptids.
cryptid!
I know why you want to go to the Philippines.
I love it.
I think I would probably like to go to Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Australia. That's me
Yeah.
personally.
Nepal, where the Yeti's at, there's about 4 foot of snow, go for a snowmobile and skiing. I mean.
You'd be out there
Oh.
shivering.
Oh, nah, I've been out there in sub-zero weather before, out there having a ball, brother.
What
Yeah.
country?
We'll figure out what air sickness is.
Yeah. I don't know that he gets it because he's so full of hot
Oh,
air.
he's so
Whatever.
lightheaded. He's so lightheaded anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to
That ain't no
go
different from y'all.
Let's see here. What about the fire dragon?
Oh, that was a nice track, Brother Willie built, man, out in the middle of that swamp, old fire dragon, it looked like a big castle lit up at night.
I tell you.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Fire dragon.
Ain't been much on it either.
No, ain't been nothing, no, I don't
And
remember.
there was sightings of it for a long time too.
Yeah.
But, no.
Cranberry River.
Like it just left.
Yeah.
Well, you remember the lizard demon?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like it left.
Yeah,
No.
hey, was that the, what? Yeah. Fire dragon, yeah, both of them was 2 different ones, yeah. Got them miscombobulated.
A little out of whack.
Yeah.
A little out of sorts.
Trying to catch some of these questions and moving fast.
There's a lot that have been asked that we've already answered, so people need to go back and watch.
Yeah. If you're coming in a little bit later, a lot of these questions were answered. You can, once this is done, you'll be able to rewatch. A lot of these questions have been answered. Talking about the box that's in front of Buck right now.
Sleep.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Filled full of mysteries, I promise you.
A whole box of questions. is what it
Yes.
is. And I will give a little hint. There's something in there from the past. So, but you will find out very soon.
Stay tuned.
Very soon.
Bill, what about electric fences?
Oh,
Oh, that will give you a shocking experience in your life.
I called him lightning rod Ronnie for a week.
Yeah, I didn't think that was very nice, lightning rod.
Depends on where you
Huh?
were standing at, Bill.
If you bump into electric fence,
You didn't bump into it, you rattled it.
well, or you accidentally pee on it, wow, shame on you. Oh, yeah. Anybody that's not had an electric fence experience, I promise you probably don't want one.
All right, we're about ready to wrap up here. I guess just one more time, remind people where the new episodes, once they're put out, where they can go watch you.
When the new episodes roll out, they'll be on our YouTube channel, The Sons of Appalachia.
That's all.
You can subscribe for free, come watch, enjoy. Hopefully we'll be doing live events as well.
Yeah.
This, bear with us, this is a learning experience for us. So just keep that in mind and, yeah, join us.
You'll be
Have
seeing
fun.
our ugly mugs.
If nothing else, we'll have fun.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Is it easier to end than it was to start?
We get